We Are Islamic Republic, Part 119. Land reforms. In 1972, the maximum amount of land that anyone could own was set at 150 acres of irrigated land and 300 acres of unirrigated land. Bhutto had promised that the landless would be given land. He wanted tenants to have security of tenure. They were given the first right to buy the land that they farmed. However, because of the power of the landowner, Bhutto felt he had to act slowly. In reality, little of the land changed hands. Landowners found various ways to get around the new regulations, and in some cases, they even evicted tenants to stop them getting security of tenure. Education. Bhutto tried hard to raise the literacy rate and educational standards. The national literacy rate at only 25% was dreadfully low. Less than half of the children even not even went to school. Many of them had frequent absences. Bhutto knew that Pakistan could not advance economically, socially, or even militarily if there was not a rapid improvement. On 1 September 1972, nearly all schools and colleges were nationalized. The army, President Bhutto was keen to reduce the political influence of the army, which he saw as a threat to his power. After the defeat in East Pakistan, people were disappointed with the army. He removed several senior generals, reconstructed the army so that power was dispersed. He set up Federal Security Force under his direct command. Critics called it a private army. The new constitution, see below, was intended to stop the military from any political involvement. Members of the armed forces had to take an oath that they would not take part in any political activities. What were the main points of Bhutto's 1973 constitution? Between 1971 and 73, Bhutto governed under martial law. He was the first civilian martial law administrator. In 1973, with the introduction of a new constitution, Bhutto became prime minister. Key points of 1973 constitution. Pakistan to be a federal republic with a parliamentary system of government, the prime minister chosen by the majority party to be head of the government. Pakistan to be an Islamic republic, Islam as the state religion, to be emphasized and the Prime Minister and the President to be Muslims. Fundamental human rights to be guaranteed but subject to reasonable restrictions imposed by law. The Supreme Court and High Courts to have the power and responsibility to enforce fundamental rights. The President to accept the binding advice of the Prime Minister and all orders of the President to be agreed by the Prime Minister. The upper house, the Senate, to be elected, I beg your pardon, please, to be elected by the provincial governments and must not be dissolved. In an emergency, the federal government to have authority to pass any law and even suspend fundamental freedoms. Members of the armed forces to take an oath promising not to take part in any political activities. 1 month after the Constitution came into force, a law was passed which made anyone found guilty of trying to destroy or damage the Constitution punishable by death or life prison sentence. How successful was the Islamic Summit? In February 1974, Bhutto recognized a meeting of 35 Muslim countries and the head of the Palestine Liberation Organization PLO in Lahore.